In this video, I'll be talking about one of the most underrated Tarkov players that you have never heard about. Wiping lobbies and doing it with a style that a lot of you probably have never seen. If you want to get better at PvP in Tarkov, you've come to the right place. Without wasting your time, let's have a look at who we're looking at today. Shoes. Have you heard of him? Probably not. He's a labs main on NA that clears nearly every lobby that he's in and does it so easily that saying he's cheating is an understatement. I've watched countless hours of gameplay to find the best tips you can apply to your own gameplay and maybe make Tarkov PVP a little less daunting. The first tip we're going to be looking at today is his gunplay skill. Whether it's custom, streets or labs, Shoes knows every spot that he can to abuse to win gunfights. Today, we will be focusing mainly on labs, but keep an eye out for future uploads where I go into detail of each map. Saying Shoes understands labs well is playing it off too lightly. From parkour spots to fine angle peaks, Shoes knows them all. Let's take a look at this clip and see what he does different to the average player. This first kill, he knows it's not a good idea to stand still because the player has already heard him. Shoes knows he's weak from a previous gunfight that had been happening since the start of the raid. After killing this PMC, he pushes down to server to push the gunfight that is happening. Rather than waiting for a pick though, Shoes decides to run into the center of the fight, causing confusion among other teams and using sound to predict each person peeking next. Notice the circles he does while he's moving. This isn't for show, rather than to break inertia and let him turn around without having to stop his movement. There's an added bonus that he never stands still.
I saved myself. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Now, at this point, most players would run somewhere to heal. Not Shoes. He proceeds to keep finding the next engagement to capitalize on sound cues. He then cleans the next two players by using the same strategy we just talked about. I'm hoping you can see the benefit of studying a player like this, even if you don't want to play this aggressive. In some of your gunfights, these tips could literally mean life or death. Giving the enemy time to breathe is the downfall of most players. Shoes capitalizes on their adrenaline and uses it as his advantage. The next tip we can learn is the way he uses the map and its surroundings to his advantage. This comes from a high number of raids and general map knowledge that you can probably acquire over time, or just watching these videos. Shoes is adamant that game sense and map knowledge are the two pillars to win most gunfights.
I mean, I guess for Tarkov tips, assuming like, because like labs is my whole thing, if you want to become better at Tarkov, like labs specifically, learn the spawns, learn the pathing, and learn crosshair placement. Yeah, but labs, majority of the time it's game sense. Game sense will win you gunfights. Like, raw aim will also win you gunfights, but I would say game sense over aim.
I know some of you are saying taken. What about aim? So that I say, if you know where someone is going to be, how much do you really need to know how to aim just to put your crosshair on them? Here's an example of knowing where an enemy is from sound cues and how to engage them. Most players taking this next fight would swing the door for a 50-50, but not Shoes. He hears the player is hurt, but doesn't know what the player could be running. So he takes the gunfight in the most advantageous way possible, favoring himself.
I did something super duper funny, but it's just literally nullified because he had a fucking one-shot Mosin.
While he's pushing for this guy's body, he hears movement to his left, keeping in mind that if the first player had a shotgun, swinging the door would be a death sentence.
Nothing because he has a shotgun. And he has a homeboy in the room to my left, so I'm gonna go do the same thing.
One thing I would like to point out is that Shoes closes the door. Why would he do that? 10 points if you guessed it. It's so the enemy inside doesn't push out while Shoes has his back turned to him. Also, providing sound if he does push out while Shoes is pushing the side window.
I do this, I do this. Hop, skip, I'm in here. You see, it means nothing because his homeboy has a double barrel shotgun, like, you know what I mean?
Using jump peeks may seem like a novelty, but the way Shoes engages with them is next level. Either to peek for information, break the enemy's camera, or even as a show-off tool, Shoes knows how and when to do so. If we take a look at this clip, we can hear someone running up the second flight of stairs. How do we know it's the second flight? Because Tarkov's sound is absolutely broken and he wouldn't hear that first flight. Most players would hold cafe door to the right hand of the stairs. He knows the player is going to check that spot first and proceeds to push out to throw the player off. While not knowing that the player he just killed is in a duo, he pushes through the stairs but doesn't run straight down them. Doing so, he would have got killed in this situation where he's already weak and low on ammo. Instead, he jumps, which breaks the player's camera, resulting in an easy kill from behind.
Reloading. I'm hit.
While making money in Tarkov isn't the easiest task, Shoes knows how to profit from his raids constantly. Even with the factor of buying labs cards, Shoes is never scared to put himself in unfavorable positions to win a fight. I know that statement doesn't make too much sense, but often the positions are the things that will win him the fight. Instead of feeling scared to lose a kit worth $500,000 and play a corner peek, he uses his absolute zero fear of dying to throw off the enemy and gain an advantage out of his movement. Remember, movement wins fights. Here we're going to watch two clips that Shoes shouldn't have won against duos, but manages to throw them off by being somewhere he wasn't only moments prior. Most people in this position would hold the right hand until the duo is on top of them. Instead, Shoes decides to juke them with movement and zero fear of losing the kit he's using, even if he's outnumbered. He can stay calm and collected and proceeds to win the fight. Let's take a look.
Reloading.
I hope you're starting to see the points I'm trying to make. Being in control of every fight by having more confidence than your enemy is the #1 rule of winning. 1v2s or even 1v3s, it's easy if you know how to take it. If you're struggling with gear fear, I will be releasing videos in the future to help you guys out, but for now let's focus on the broad ideas. In this second clip, notice how the player on the lowest level thinks that Shoes is his teammate. He knows his teammate is above and probably calling out one above. With Shoes' movement, now the teammate is above and Shoes is where he thinks the teammate is, resulting in confusion and an easy cleanup. Sometimes we tend to forget that Escape from Tarkov is simply a game. We have ups and downs, but in the end we are meant to enjoy it. Staying positive is the single best way to become a better player. If you're having fun, you're gonna play longer. Even if you lose a gunfight, it shouldn't mean your day is ruined. Don't forget, we're here to have fun. To show this, I'm now gonna play a clip where Shoes is outnumbered and still comes out on top. Granted, he doesn't win this fight, but notice the reaction. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about if he dies or the rubles he just lost, only for the fact that it ruined a good clip. He doesn't let the feeling of losing money get to him or ruin the previous great PvP he just encountered.
My fault, Nikita. God forbid.
Door, open it.
God shoot, do something.
Reloading.
Oh wow, dude.
Damn. Hit all right. Damn. Hand is fractured. Change.
Aw, shit, GG's, bro. If I killed that last dude, that would have been a fucking nasty clip, bro.
With that, we're coming to the end of this video. I honestly hope that you have learned something today. In the future, I'll be providing more informative videos to upgrade your PvP skills and shining a light on the underrated players of Tarkov. Make sure to check out Shoes on Twitch. He streams almost daily, and his chat is a great place to hang out, learn some new tips, or even watch him get fried by Labs cheaters. I'll have all his socials in the description below. If you have gained any value from this video, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on the notice for my next uploads. I also stream on Twitch daily, so make sure you follow me there, and I look forward to seeing you.